Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a brand new day and a brand new start to the LG Ultragear Tec Gauntlet Season 2, powered by W Black and AMD Ryzen Radiant. And it's going to be your boy Aggressive, joined by none other than the universe himself. And honestly, I'm really excited for this matchup. So let's head on down over today's fixtures, ladies and gentlemen, and see exactly which teams are going to be playing for the 4 p.m. game and also the 8 p.m. ones. First of all, we're going to be starting off with a little bit of a spicy matchup with FS Esports going up against Orgless. But then the 8 p.m. game is where the real banger is about to happen. Team T69 versus Enigma. But ladies and gentlemen, you got to wait for that and consider what we're going to be seeing when it comes down to match number 1. I'm really excited for this universe because it's two underdogs facing off against one another, and whoever loses here possibly will have to face relegation.
Oh yeah, it definitely is going to be really important to see how exactly everything turns out because FS and Orgles, they have that little bit of survival battle going on right now. FS probably more Orgles more so than FS, so we're gonna have to wait and see. I am excited. The 8 p.m. games looks very enticing today, but right now we gotta focus on what's ahead of us, and that is the side of FS trying to solidify their position and trying to confirm, their survival in this competition. So yeah, it's gonna be a great game.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this one. But at the same time, let's head on down over towards the MVP standings to see exactly who has been tearing up the server just a little bit more than the other parts of the oppositions. And considering the fact that we have all of the usual players coming on down through SK Nazi, Right Rider, SK WoW, and of course Paradox, they're on the same playing field, every single one of them. But at the same time, Escarossi, we know why he's up there at the number 1. He's one of the best Jets that we have in our entire region. He's tearing up pretty much everyone. But at the same time, Knight Rider, SK1, and also Paradox, they're following up down through. They're only a couple of kills, a handful of kills off of what he's trying to put down onto the table. So hopefully moving on down the line when it comes to their matches, they still have a couple of more to go. They're going to be able to take that number 1 position before we do head on down over into playoffs. But sadly, today, none of these players are going to be playing. But at the same time, as we are talking about the players and also talking about the teams, let's head on down over towards the group standings and see exactly how the points are distributed among all of these teams. And when you consider that FS Esports, they're at the 5 point margin and Orgless are at 2. The thing is, Orgles, they still have a couple of games to go, 2 more matches. And if they're able to win both of their matches, they're going to be able to step out of the zone, red zone, and not face relegation and hopefully satisfy their position and keep it moving on down forward onto season number 3, of course.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, you look at the scoreboard, I mean, the group standings, and you can see that Orgles 5 have 2 matches, one of which is they're going to be playing right now. And FS, this is their last chance to, try and solidify their position. If they don't win this or even get 1 point, then it's definitely going to be difficult for them. But Orgles actually have a chance. If they win this one and the next one as well, then, they have a glimmer of hope that they can hang on
Yeah.
to try and climb to that 5 and 6 position. But yeah, it's definitely going to be difficult because FS have looked pretty strong. They've had their ups and downs, but currently they are on a bit of an up, I would say. They're giving competition to tough teams out there. We saw them face off against Valor. We saw them face off against other teams, and they actually did a pretty good job standing up. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see how Orgles 5 are gonna try and tackle this because they've got a team which has potential in terms of trying to put on numbers on the ground and get out the kills that they need. But it's all about that teamwork that does not come in their favor, and that's exactly why they've got 4 losses. It just goes up and down. It's a little bit widespread. Their defense sometimes run out a little thin in certain places of the map. One in particular which I can remember is Ascent. Multiple times that we've seen them, they leave the mid region almost unattended when they're defending. They just keep a killjoy alarm bot there, which pretty much everybody does. But it's almost given away at times pretty easily, and it's not contested. So stuff like that, I don't think should be committed by them as mistakes, and they should try to move ahead. And maybe it's still not over for them. If they beat FS, they definitely have a chance to go up to that 6th spot and maybe catch a hold of a position over there. So yeah, let's see how it goes.
Speaking of the side of FS, let's head on down over onto their team spotlight, ladies and gentlemen, and see exactly who's going to be playing and who are going to be the people heading on down over to the server to try and tear up their opposition. And when you consider FS as a team, they also have a lot of highs and lows, but in a way, they're a lot more consistent in comparison to any of the other rosters that we do see. When we consider
Mm-hmm.
FS as a team, they are really good. They're extremely potent, but when it comes down to their raw mechanical skill. But when it comes down to the other avenues of playing Valorant, they fall a little bit short. When it comes down to teamwork, when it comes down to decision making, sometimes the rotations are a little bit too late, sometimes the rotations are a little bit too early. It's all the fundamental mistakes that are holding back the side of FS. And if they're not able to iron out the mistakes right here and right now, and I know for a fact that I sound like a broken record and I repeat the same words over and over again, but these are the problems that are persisting through the side of FS constantly throughout so many of their games. They were able to perform, yes, but at the same time, their performances just suddenly drop out of absolutely nowhere. That's one of the main reasons why FS, they are one of the teams that are at the bottom of the barrel and could just face relegation if they're not careful. And if they allow the side of Team Orgles to get even a single point on the board, they are in a deep end of trouble, and they need to be very careful how they step forward because you need to consider this is their last game. But Orgless, they still have 1 more game to go. But before we do talk about the side of Orgless, we also do need to see who exactly is going to be the shining star and hopefully the ray of sunshine for the side of MS Esports. Let's head on down over to the player spotlight for there, and powered by AMD Ryzen Radiant, ladies and gentlemen. And Universe, it's going to be none other than the absolute demon known as Cactus. A cactus being a demon. Hmm. I think I
Uh,
can get behind that.
I
You
mean,
don't want to hug this man.
I mean, hugging him, sure, but I don't think I would want to hug what his name suggests. Except for the fact that I don't think anybody would want to be near him in the server as well, because he can straight up blow your head to bits and make you think twice about why exactly you thought about peeking him. So, he's a player who can actually make a difference in the game. He did that quite a bit in the last season. Was there on the MVP standings for quite a number of weeks. He, put up performances that his team could rely upon, and they somehow made it through. This time again, though, they should have probably aimed for a little bit higher. Obviously, they did aim for higher, I feel, but it just wasn't, it wasn't personified into the kinds of things that they would have wanted to show in the server. So, Cactus, he's not had the performance that he had last season. He's fallen off a bit, but still definitely a person they can count upon. His stats haven't been as great as they could have been, but he definitely can do something better if he gets his team across the line today. Gets a few extra kills, gets that 20 bomb again. We saw him do a 30 bomb in the last game. As Arena, he was leaps and steps beyond anybody else on the server that day. But today he needs to do it again. He needs to do it quick because if they don't, then yeah, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of an issue, but at the same time, I believe that Cactus is one of those players that will have a lot of impact. He is one of those players that you can always rely on to consistently hold down different sidelines or consistently get you entries. And even if his team is not around him, you can always trust that he will get at the bare minimum of one or two frags to try and even things out just a tiny little bit so that his team has the best possible chance of moving down the line and also brute forcing their way down into different sidelines as they wish. So that's the side of Cactus, ladies and gentlemen. And that is the side of FS Esports. They're going to be fired up. They're going to be ready. But at the same time, are the side of Orgles ready as well? Because now we're going to be heading on down over onto their player, a team spotlight, ladies and gentlemen, and see exactly who's going to be playing for their end. But at the same time here, Universe, this team, in a way, they're trying, but at the same time, they're falling short a little bit too much. They have a lot of big names, a lot of unknown names as well, but they're making things work. But at the same time, it's just not up to the level that you would have expected coming out from them.
Yeah, more certainly. I mean, you look at Orgles 5, you know that you've got names that, like you said, who could make a difference. They got Logista, they got Kev, who've been on pretty much, a shining light since the beginning of the season. It's like almost, Logista joined in a little bit late, but he still performed and he did his very best. And Kev, on the other hand, also was a guy who shifted between roles pretty drastically, actually. He went from Killjoy to Cypher to see him playing the Jet to see him playing the Raze. He's played pretty much every single role. I think he's even touched the controller at times. And this team, is a team which needs to focus more on who's going to play what, where they're going to be settling in terms of the roles that they play on each map, how exactly they're trying to, make their composition work. It's a lot of different things that they need to consider when going into, a matchup like this. But the thing about this team is they really need to consider first and foremost who is going to be doing what is their role. Is there somebody going to be who's a dedicated opper? Is there somebody who's going to be a dedicated sentinel who's going to be shifting around? Sentinels can move around the controller role, picking up a wiper if needed. That's what a lot of team players do. But they have had a little bit of a problem doing that. They've had a lot of players shift around, and I still think that they're trying to figure out their way. It took them quite a while, but I really hope that if they qualify, if they beat FS today and somehow make it to the next season, or even come through the qualifiers next season, that they have figured out what they want to do, or if they're going to make some roster changes, whatever it is. I really hope Orgles 5 come out on top of the way the things that have been going for them so far.
Let's just see moving on down the line because Orgles, they're having a very, very rough time, even worse compared to the side of FS. FS, they know their kings, they know who's going to be playing what. But when you have such a massive fundamental flaw when it comes down to agent selection on your cards for the side of Orgles, things could just get a little bit more difficult. But let's see who's going to be playing what agent, moving on down through from the best player for their side, moving on down the line. So let's head on down over to the player spotlight for the side of Orgles, ladies and gentlemen, powered by AMD Ryzen Radiant. And it's going to be the side of Logista being the one to try and take over the spotlight here, Universe. You've shown the light on him, and it's gonna be him being the one to bring it all back.
Yeah, Logista has been a player who came in pretty late, but he's had a little bit of a adjusting issue, at least in the beginning. After that, he sort of settled into what he exactly should be doing. And although he's not had that many kills, but as a controller, he's been doing his job so far. It's not been that flashy, but it definitely has been a little bit more on the side where you could say, okay, you know what, we can depend on him to take over a side, to take control of certain areas, certain angles, and he's been doing that so far. But it's just because it's the start. It's his first season. He's playing here after a lot of players have come and gone. So yeah, Logista, he needs to put up more performances which can affect his team overall, and he can do that. There definitely is potential. It just takes a little bit of time, I believe, and a little more practice, and then yeah, Orgles 5 should be good to go today.
Yeah, that's going to be both of the teams prepped up and ready. But, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what kind of a battleground we're going to be heading into this time around. So, let's head on down over towards the map video screen and see exactly what the teams have picked up for us and see exactly where we're going to be headed as well. Because the map selection is a very crucial process here, especially for both of these teams. When you consider Orgles 5 being a team that are not as experienced, not just yet, them picking up Icebox right off the get go, I think that this is like a blow towards the side of FS being like, hey, we challenge you to this matchup. If you want to take us down, you need to take us down right here and now.
Oh yeah, this is a very I would say up and down, more topsy turvy because Icebox is one of those variable maps that we have in the map pool, and then you suddenly throw in Ascent, which is quite literally base one, like zero ground for any team, and Split is again something that a lot of people would say they don't have a problem with, but when it comes to it, they usually have a little bit of a problem to it. So that's usually why we see Split multiple times being played as the decider map, except if you're Global Esports or Team Exo, who constantly go for that Split pick. But yeah, Icebox definitely a map that I love to see personally, because it throws in that sort of it's big, it's wide, its tactical approach is great. It's a lot more important in terms of map control than it is of trying to get those first initial contacts. You try to exert control, you have Icebox in your hands. But yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see how it goes, aggressive, because it's like we're going on a downhill first, like in terms of map variabilities. We got Icebox right on top, and then we go take a stroll down the lane to go towards Ascent, which is down the hill, and then we again have a small little up, which is Split. So it's a little it's like it starts exciting, it goes a little bit mundane, and then it goes exciting again. So yeah, let's see how if the graph is gonna go that way. Are we gonna see a 2-1? Are we gonna see a 2-0? I have no idea.
I'm saying it's probably going to be a 2-0 if the side of FS are able to take map number one. Because I personally do not believe that Orgles have much of a chance when it comes down to the map of Ascent, primarily because of one thing. You know for a fact that Universe, whenever I talk about the side of Ascent, I always try to highlight the primary thing that differentiates a good team from a bad team when it comes down to Ascent. It's their confidence when it comes down to their raw aim duels. Ascent is a very, very, very puggish map in my eyes, primarily because it's very textbook. There's not really a lot of different strategies that you can employ on this map in particular that's going to give you a lot of advantages. For example, the same problem isn't also in Bind. There are set few strategies that you can just tweak here and there to switch up the pacing. But on Ascent, what do you mostly rely on? You mostly rely on your aim to get you engagements, get you into the side, and also take the side control for yourself. So if we head Orgless over onto Ascent, they're gonna have a very, very, very rough time to try and go up against the aiming stars that the side of FS have on their end. So in a way, Orgles, they need to make their stand on Icebox. Hopefully, just give away map number 2 or try to give a massive fight towards them. And at the very end, Split is going to be on the cards to switch everything up and possibly go either way. We don't know, ladies and gentlemen. But hey, what we do know is that the agent selection screen is now prepped up and ready, and the teams are now going to be going into it. So let's see what agents both of these teams are going to be picking up. We already know that FS, they like to go in for much more of the standardized composition. But at the same time, what are we going to be seeing from the side of World? This is going to be the real question.
I don't think we're gonna be seeing any sort of surprises. It's probably gonna be the same lineup. We're gonna see the Viper pick coming from Coley and Logista. We got iGod on the Jed along with Kev on the other side. The Sage, obviously, pretty much the most basic pick on Icebox. We're gonna see Rex and probably B2 play it, and Edshot is in the server today after a little bit of a while, and we're probably gonna see him play that the Sova. But looks like the side of Orgles 5 are ready. They've got all 5 of their agents locked in and completely composed. And on the other side of things, FS are still moving around their lineup. They're probably contemplating if they want to switch up roles, if they want to see Edshot play that Killjoy, or maybe Smoka run around and play with that Sova, throwing around darts of recon and shocks. But we're gonna see how exactly it turns out. I think they're gonna stick to this. It's pretty much what's been their lineup for since the beginning of when they started playing Icebox. So it's not going to be any difference in agents, but it definitely is going to be a difference in the whole team per se. As we're going to see how Orgles 5 are going to attack NFS, who have looked at the top of their game, at least for a little bit of time.
Yeah, when you do consider how FS have been taking a lot of these different engagements, you would expect them to maybe, go in for much more of a team strategy. And that's what they really are going to be going in for. The usual strats, not really much is going to be changing. But at the same time, the primary thing that is going to be changing here is Edshot making his way down over onto the server. I kind of did
Yeah.
not notice which player he did replace here, so we're going to be hitting on down over onto the game soon enough to see exactly who he did replace. But at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, Edshot coming on down over onto the team once again and heading on down over onto the server. That's something that has not happened for about maybe five games almost. I think Edshot basically played only 2 matches throughout this entire tournament.
Mm-hmm. I think so. Yeah, he's probably played 2 or 3
Oh no, there's
matches,
no
but
Cactus. There's no Cactus.
oh yeah, there is no Cactus. Oh, unfortunately, the player on the player spotlight isn't available today, so it's FS gonna have to play without their jet main. But they've still got iGod, and he's probably gonna be looking to make a difference happening today. And here comes the first round. Pistol round undergoing as we've got FS trying to defend a very, very desperate Orgles 5 for a win. So let's see how it goes down. There's a little bit of an early A push coming in. B2 is firing down on proportions towards the belt position. Looks like there's an immediate rotate. Oh, aggressive. This is a really interesting approach. They've just gone, fired maybe 2 to 3 bullets, and they've just immediately turned back.
It's just about trying to get out of this sticky situation. You do not want to take this engagement, especially against team such as the side of FS. But Kev, he spots out Colin, who tried to jump classic him in the face, but that's just not going to be working out in his favor. But instead, it's going to be Smoker being able to get that trade at the bare minimum. Switch things up and bring it back in their favor, but still the shots are going to be going on down through. They do get a little bit of information. The recon wolf comes out as well, but it's just not going to be able to find a lot here. And now with the positions already revealed and the shots are already being taken, how are they going to go in for this engagement? Logista's going to be good for one. Knife Jester's going to be good for another one, and one by one the bodies from the side of FS, they're just dropping like flies. It's just about cleanup duty now, and hopefully FS, they could maybe go in for a couple of more kills, but they were just not able to find anything. Logista at the very end swings around the corner from yellow, gets a good kill on towards the side of Smoker. Switches everything up, and ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the first round on the board for the side of Team Orgles 5. And they played it really well. Went in for that first initial engagement on A, and then an immediate rotation on B.
It was almost instantaneous, you know. They just went in, fired a couple of bullets, made sure that at least 3 of their players were seen. They made sure that, you know, they even took a little bit of damage, actually, but that was all worth for them because they wanted to rotate back towards B, and their plan worked out in the end. And now that they've got control of weapons that are going to be superior to what we see on the hands of FS, they are going to be looking to split across. They've got a mid-hold by Logista, who's going to be... Oh, no, he goes down. Coley, he takes down Logista, and Logista is going to be paying the price for his aggression. And now Orgles 5 have lost a player almost instantaneously. And they're trying to aggress towards B, where they've got iGod waiting for them. He gives a little bit of damage, but takes some to himself, and that's not going to be something that he's going to survive. Knife Jester gets 2 of his own, and Edge Shot and B2 are left alone in a 2v4. Knife Jester, probably another one? No, he's going to get bursted onto his head. The classic Reign Supreme. And now we've got Edge Shot trying to clean up whatever economy he can from the hands of Orgles 5. But I don't think he's going to be able to do much with that range and that weapon. So this is pretty much a done and dealt with already aggressive. But I do want to ask you this. You know, I think this is a common occurrence we've seen so far. Orgles 5.
Gun here. Gun
That was
here.
close, yeah. There is one common occurrence that I've seen, you know, pretty much so far. That whenever I've seen the side of Orgles 5 play, it's almost as if they have a really good start, okay? They go in, it's like they get the pistol rounds whenever they want to. And after that, they maybe get the 3rd, maybe the 4th. And that's when the whole downside starts up, right? Because I don't know what exactly is it because of composition of their minds, or, you know, they don't get comfortable around, you know, better weapons. They're a little afraid to take peeks one-on-one, or I don't know what exactly it is. But after these first 2 pistol rounds, usually what I've noticed is they kind of slack off a bit in terms of trying to put down their aggression, which they do in the first 2 rounds. But after that, they just, you know, slow down, mellow it, and try to feel the game more so than trying to assert their pace onto the opponent.
I think that could just be a confidence problem coming on down from their end. When you are facing off against a lot of these top caliber teams, what's the primary thing that differentiates you from your opposition? It's mainly the confidence, and the confidence factor is coming on down through from the side of Orgles. It does falter just a tiny little bit as soon as they lose that first initial round. That's gonna hurt them a lot, but at the same time, Knife Jester just walks in from the side of B main. and he's gonna be able to get a kill. Headshot was not watching his body, and that's gonna hurt them just a tiny little bit. B2's gonna be good for one though. And with that, it's going to be a 1 versus 1 situation. Bullseye with only 5 HP. He needs to hit the headshot. Otherwise, it's already done and dusted. B2's probably going to be able to get the timing for himself. He's just going to be crossing, but B2 spots him out and knows exactly where Bullseye is going to be going. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's already over. Bullseye is trying to go and he spotted out. Does dodge everything out though at the very end, but the slow orbs are right on his tail. Shock Dart's going to be raining on in, and so will the Owl Drone. They're just waiting. They're just trying to see what they can expect here in B2. He's just playing mind games, goes in for the heal as well, just to add a little bit of insult to injury, being like, hey, I can heal and you can't. But Bullseye just needs one headshot. That's all that he needs. The intensity of this 1v1, ladies and gentlemen, you can feel it literally on the tables with B2. He's playing mind games and this could end badly. But it's fine. B2, he knows what it's doing. Classic, jump, and a right click. Finish everything, take the first round on the board for the side of FS.
I am not just your healer.
Yeah, pretty much. She definitely is not just a healer, Sage. B2 is making her do the heavy lifting as well. And that is a beautiful round. And honestly, I love the presence of B2's mind. You know, he knows exactly where to fire. Especially that one kill that he got onto B to make himself comfortable enough to get a 1v2. He got that kill onto, I believe it was Kev on B Heaven. And he knew exactly where to fire, and that guy is pretty good with his aim and his mind and pretty much anything and everything. You know, even his utility usage is on point. And yeah, that's what got him the round. And now that FS have asserted their dominance, they've got a first round on the board, which was a little hard fought though. They had to put in a little bit of work against the bonus round. So I think Orgles Fire are going to be happy with that. They got a plan. They got 4 kills. So pretty much what they expected. And Kev, he's just going to add on to that expectation as he gets iGod. And the twin sister has been taken out. No more attacking powers for the side of FS, even if it's defensively. They've got 4 players alive who are trying to wrap around them, but Knife Jester is not going to let them. There's another kill for Knife Jester, but B2 revives one on the A site. And I'm not quite sure how good that's going to be because they've got 5 players alive over here and a 5v3 aggressive. I mean, as good as it sounds for the side of 5 players, it's just getting better because Kev got another kill, and I think that revive has gone to completely, utterly no use.
Yeah, at this point it's just about, I don't know, what can Smoker even do? Maybe he can get 1 kill. He's getting shot from the back as well. There's nothing that he can be done here. A near flawless run coming on down through from the side of Orgless, but yeah, you would expect them to be a little bit more in control when it came down to the engagements, but one by one they just got picked up and they spread themselves out way too much instead of trying to go in for a proper retake with all of their members still ready. And these are one of the problems that FS have as a team. Their aim, absolutely incredible. They're hitting beautiful shots, but at the end of the day, it's not just about the aim game. You need to play together as a team as well. And the fact is, in this situation, FS, they have not started off on the right foot, and this could be a telltale sign that, yeah, maybe the side of FS can bring it on back, or this could be what they are for the rest of the game, which will result in a win for the side of Orgles.
That's true. Here's another push coming in from FS. They're not backing out from these aggressive pushes over here. And even if it's an eco, even if it's a buy round, they don't really care. Look at that Smoker. He knows that Kev has a weapon, and he's fighting him with a classic and peeking out. And that man has no fear whatsoever. And now he's heard him drop down, so he's going to return back because he knows that he needs help. And he has got it from iGod. Here's Knife Jester dropping down his own helping hand. And that's going to be the lockdown. B2 on the side, going to be caught off guard. If at all he, you know, loses out on positioning. But he might just get detained. And I think he's counting on that. Because he wants... Oh, this could be a little scary. Smoker gets taken down, but he's still alive. How in the world is B2 still surviving this? Finally been spotted out, finally been taken out. The classic not gonna help him to do much over here. And Rex and Kev gonna clean up shop over here. Coley to find one. They got a second. Pulls out a shorty again to probably find Kev coming on the top of him. But Kev is just too quick before he can take out the weapon in his hand. And it is round number 4 for the side of Orgles 5. And aggressive. They've changed up. They, I think that they kind of heard what I said I know that they try to play mellow and everything, but this time around, it looks like their aggression is working out for them, and I'm really glad it is, honestly.
Yeah, they needed this one for themselves at the bare minimum because now not only are they able to stabilize themselves when it comes down to the terms of the eco and establish a much more massive lead at the side of FS and No F trying to come over, this also basically means they're going to be in a pretty good position moving on down the line when it comes down to their confidence. They know for a fact that they have the advantage and that FS, they're scrambling around trying to find a proper way to answer all the aggression coming on down from them. And now it's going to be Rex. He's going to be good for the first initial kill. Beatles need to take a backseat. I got's not going to be able to hit those daggers though. It's going to hurt just a little bit, but a jump. Oh! And Click is going to be able to take down another one, but once again, Kev, he was just sitting on top of the tube and he gets another kill for himself just as easily. But he needs to be very careful because IGOT probably has his phone numbers, but Kev, he knows. He doesn't need to go in for this beat. He just needs to chill. He just needs to wait because it's just Cold Evil and IGOT all on their lonesome. And honestly, at this point here, Universe, it's better to go in for that save. They need these guns because these guns could be the thing that makes it or breaks it for them moving on down the line into the following.
Yeah, I mean, they probably should be considering how exactly they need to, you know, confer these next few rounds because FS have not really made an impact so far. Just the one round that they've put up, that was after they got the buy round. But immediately after, when Orgles got their buy round, hit them hard. And now Night Jester is probably going to hit them harder as he's got Wait, did he just hear the Night? Oh, oh, that's close. Come on, Night Jester. Go on, get it. He hears it, he sees it, but he does not get the kill.
The biggest bait ever. That is
oh my god, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
How to bait your opponent 101. You have your opponent, you have your teammate sit on the other side. Yeah, you use your Blade Storm just to bait your opponent, by the way. You don't use it to get a kill. You pop your Blade Storm, you throw out one dagger. Basically saying that, oh, come to me, Knife Jester, come to me. I'm right in this corner, I'm absolutely alone. I'm at 22 HP, I'm very sure your teammates gave you that call. Little did Knife Jester know that there is a devious Viper waiting on the other side and just pops him in the back of the head. And Knife Jester's like, did I just get played? You can't just tell me I got played by a Jet using a Blade Storm as a bait. But hey, that's IGO.
Enemy mark.
That is, but here's another A aggression coming in from the side of Orgles 5, and they're not backing down at all aggressive. They are staying true to your name, brother. They're going straight in and trying to get map control, and I really love this approach from them, and it's working out for them every single time. Finally, there's a response coming in. Headshot goes in for that Hunter's Fury, but at the wrong timing because the Killjoy ultimate has been activated, and he did not have enough number of shots from the Hunter's Fury to get himself to take down that Hunter's Fury, that Killjoy lockdown. But that recon does reveal two people, and now IGOT has an idea as to where he wants to shoot his bullets. Moving in, and now comes the defender. Oh what? My god. What? No way. Rex comes out of the bubble, gets one head, gets a revive as well. There's a lot of trades going back and forth. B2 getting the work done. Rex is just doing just as much as he can, and Rex comes out on top of things. A 3K for him. Happened? I have no idea. I just saw people jumping around. I saw people inside smokes. I saw people shooting bullets, and I saw people killing each other. So, I mean, want to call it World War III, or you want to call it Street Fighter 27? I don't know. Go ahead.
That was a really, really quick round. And honestly, it felt as though it was absolute chaos. There was no order to this chaos. They all just bum rushed their way into the site for a possible retake, and that retake just ended really, 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 really badly, and they had no way of trying to come on back from it. Like, they need to try and establish something. Maybe I'm gonna hold this corner, I'm gonna swing this one and smoke. I think he got mesmerized by his butterfly knife a little bit too much. Don't worry, Smoker. It happens to me as well. Whenever I have that butterfly knife in my hand, whenever I try to use it, I just get a kill, I start swinging it around, and then immediately get traded out in the process. And I'm like, guys, I'm really sorry. I didn't expect him to be. But at the same time, when you get a kill at such a high level, you should expect another person to be there for a trick.
Yeah, it's always expect the unexpected with these players, and right now, I don't think FS have expected what Orgles 5 have done so far. They might have the advantage, but I still think that Orgles 5 have things in control. 3v2. plan has gone down, and Rex is in a good position to find a kill. He just needs to fall back. Oh, he still finds the kill.
Shot!
One
No
enemy remaining.
way that guy just did that. Bullseye was there to support him. He gets the kill, and he knows exactly where Cole's coming from, and he finds his head. Even though the sound cue was given off, Cole unfortunately did not pull out his weapon at the right time. I don't really know if he heard him or not, but
He didn't
Bullseye...
hurt him.
Yeah, I think, yeah, he should have heard him, right? Because I really think that he took too much time to get out his weapon, but this kill from Rex survives on 1 HP. Bullseye comes out of support. Look at this. This is definitely something that he would have heard, right? But he pulls out his weapon a little too late, peeks out a little too early, and just the timing of that is so bad. Coley has to give away the round, and now it's 7-1 aggressive. And this is turning out to be really, really concerning because Orgles 5 are standing up to their map pick, and they're doing really well.
Yeah, at this point, Orgless, they're just ready. And they're taking the entirety of FS by storm, but at the same time, V2... Yeah, he's gonna be able to get that kill for himself as well. Kept getting revealed by that recon bolt over and over again. It's just not gonna be helping you out whatsoever. But Logista is gonna be able to shut down V2, get that revenge kill for his buddy, and he's gonna be able to survive in the process as well. And him surviving is a very crucial factor when it comes down to this round, because consider something, he has a Viper Spit in his arsenal, but at the same time, Smoker, he nearly got a head onto one of the players, nearly got that kill, but with the Viper Split now being popped, ladies and gentlemen, this retake just got insurmountably more difficult. How are they going to go in for this engagement, especially with no more Sage available? You don't have that revive, you don't have anything, but hey, if you have iGod on your side, being able to get a kill down on the Bullseye, I think that pretty much anything is possible.
Oh, Rex, he eats bullets through the wall. No headshot is getting closer. You know where he is. All the sound cues going off is actually going to allow Smoker to find a kill in time. Just an headshot and iGod are going to shut down the last
They just got it
people.
from spams.
Yeah, they just
They killed everyone just from spamming them.
You know, I think that the one thing with the Viper Spit in that position, it did give them a lot of map control, yeah, because it was narrow and it allowed it to spread across a little bit of space around that B site. But the thing about it is, when you're putting an ultimate over there, the Viper Spit especially, I think that you ought to do it from above, on top, right? So that you have a lot more ground to play with, because if they're on top of you, you really don't know where they're going to jump down. They could jump down in front of you, they could jump down behind you, and they could always cut through. And the thing about spamming in that region is, again, it's narrow. So it's bound to be that there's going to be 1 or 2 bullets that connect to your body, and eventually they're going to get that. So yeah, we're going to see how exactly it turns out in this round, though. As Coley, he's trying to protect this B-bomb site now with his Viper utility. And you've got Orgless 5 trying to aggress. All 5 of their players are here, by the way. And they've pushed up mid. They've left A completely alone. This is a really good read from FS. But it could prove to be a little bit of a danger as well, because it's 5 against 3 right now. Make that 5 against 4. And it's going to be a huge battle coming down over here. Smoker going to be the first person to take control of that battle. Kev to respond. I don't really know how he got that kill, but the man just did something. Rex going to confirm that... Revive coming in, and now the retake position. Kev too open to be fired upon, and he gets a lot of bullets in his way. I got to get Kev. It's gonna be a lot of bullets coming down from headshot as well. Bullseye, he gets spotted out. 5v3. Knife Jester has been spotted out towards mid, and he's struggling to fight with the turret. Oh my god. That turret is a 6th player. It's a 6v5. It was a 6v5.
Yeah. Oh,
What?
wait!
Oh,
Maybe?
Jista?
We need to...
What?
Oh! That's a transfer, dude!
Oh my god, Logista! No way he
Sometimes-
did that.
I know, but sometimes, Universe, you need to give the player a little bit of breathing room, and the casters just need to be quiet. And in this situation, Universe didn't hype up the play for a very specific reason. This time around, Logista, he just pulled off an incredible spray transfer to take down the opposition, but at the same time, you didn't even expect this. I thought that headshot was going to be able to do it. There's no way he was going to be able to hit the headshot there. But Logista, he just proved everyone wrong. And in a way, I do believe that headshot just wiggling himself around like that literally caused his downfall. But at the same time, it feels as the B2, he's angry. And the entirety of FS, they're just running it down 1 by 1. But he's in such a beautiful position. They don't expect him. He's going to be good for 1 kill. He should be good for another one. But the shots are just not connecting.
Oh my god.
Just shuts him down.
My god.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a 3 versus 2 situation. Very much clutchable from the side of Orgles to take this down over towards a possible 9-2 scoreline. And hey, maybe at the same time, the side of FS, they're planning on going in for the curse play of the 9-3. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, if they get this round, they probably will get that 9-3 curse line, probably. But I think they're hoping for an 8-4 here, because they know that that is something that is going to be for them to close down much faster than 9-3. But hey, curses aside, right now, Logista needs to put a curse upon these players on the A side. He's got B2 right across this lane over here. It's just about time. B2 is holding down the angle. He's so undeterred. There's a turret being broken down. Now he has got 2 angles to look at, and that's going to be the demise of him, unfortunately. But Logista immediately traded out. Smoka going to be doing the job for FS, as Bullseye has been left alone in a 1v2 with 32 HP. Spike in his hands. No time in his hands. He goes for a fake. He does not get the kill. Smoka has the better of him in terms of position and health. And he's going to be confirming round number 3 for FS. And wow, Orgless 5, they gave in a little bit of a scare in the beginning of that round, especially when I got pushed in. I really thought I would have got all 3 of those kills there. But his knives really gave way to a massive failure, and unfortunately he had to be taken out. And I mean, until the very end, I think that Bullseye did not even turn around, and he then shot a Hunter's Fury to his dead body. So I mean, whatever gets him going, I guess.
Yeah, at this point, it's gonna be the side of IGOT getting himself going in the process as well. Shot after shot, kill after kill, spots out another player. But he's just not gonna be able to find it, but it's completely fine and dandy. Because look at Colin, my man. Colin should be good for 1 kill. He should be good for a second one as well. So we get around the corners. He's not gonna be able to find it, but at the same time, IGOT comes on round with that shorty in hand to shut him all down. And with that, that's gonna be the 8-4 scoreline. Not really the curse scoreline that we were expecting, but at the same time, a very decent scoreline to say the very least, when you consider that Icebox is a very attacker-sided map depending on the composition, and FS, they have the best composition for the attacking side if they're able to play their composition properly, because this composition is not that easy when it comes down to going in for executions, because if you don't have proper map control, you can fall flat on your face before you even see the site itself.
Yeah. FS, you've got exactly what you need to win this one. Orgless 5 have done it with the same composition. It's time for you to show us whether or not you can do it. And B2, as always, he's been leading the charge. He probably needs to do it again on the attacking side as well. Kev, he goes in for an aggressive peek, trying to find B2's head, but he's not going to be able to do that. He's got the Sheriff, which means he's got no smokes, no updrafts to play with. I got almost caught off guard, Bullseye over there. And they know where Sage is as well. And they're firing through Rex in a very compromised position. He eats a little bit of a damage with that poison bite. But now there's a snake bite. Sorry, poison bite, forgive me. Right now, Smoka's the one that's throwing down the poison. He gets 2 kills, and FS are making this work. My God, he's trying to get a kill, but it's gonna be Logista and Kev to charge back. B2 finds one, puts his team onto a position where they have man advantage. But it's still not enough. Nice gesture around the corner. Couldn't find headshot with a burst, but just survives it for a few seconds. The battle still not over. Gets spotted out as well. He needs to move back, but he gets shot right in the head. Headshot is gonna live up to his name. Feeds one to Knife Jester, and now Coley and his teammates have put themselves in an easy position to win this one out. Unless Logista, another beautiful clutch might come out from him. He gets one. Looking for the second. Not gonna happen. Coley shuts him down. It's gonna be the 5th round for FS, and probably the start of a comeback.
Yeah, like if we just saw another kill and another clutch coming on down from the side of Logista, I'm very sure that I would have just walked away from my chair, shoved my head in a bucket of water, and, you know, try to reset myself in the process, because that is what the side of FS would need to do as well when you consider them. Yeah, after losing a round like that, you don't want to go down that once more, because once you go down into that rabbit hole, there's no way of coming back from that. So in a way, good round coming down from the side of FS, and this first round was just a very crucial one as well, because when you consider the 8-5 scoreline, it's very dangerous, but I don't really like this push coming on down from the side of Orgles. I understand what they're trying to employ. They want to go in for a mid rush, but when you consider the map of Icebox, mid rushes could end horribly, especially because of situations like
One
this.
enemy remaining.
Yeah.
Well, like you said it has ended horribly, and now Logista has been left all alone. He's gonna find a bullet right to his head. I mean, I understand what they were going for. I mean, you're going for that mid push. You have, the ability to have 4 men probably against 1 if somebody was holding down that, position, but nobody was. They try to do something, which I respect, but, sometimes it just doesn't work out. So it's okay. It's all right. But that's allowed them to clean up around pretty quickly, which I think that they wanted to get rid of. And now they've got weapons across the board. They've got Vandals, they've got Phantoms. And on the opposite side, we've got 3 Spectres still in play. So yeah, a bonus round for FS is probably going to confirm them to get onto the 8th round if they win this one. But right now, they need to confirm a kill before they do anything here. They know that Orgless 5 have got the weapons needed. Smoka, being a little cheeky, moves in through, takes out the turret, and makes sure that he gets back to safety. IGOT is creeping up closer towards A main, so there's a lot of spread out pushes, and IGOT is going to be the first point of contact, Headshot be the second, and take down the A side all for themselves. They've got Bullseye waiting on the other end of it. He's coming towards Rafters now, but what they have done already is more than enough. Knife Jester goes out towards the mid, feeds Coley a kill through that tunnel position,
Last player
and
standing.
Bullseye has been left alone to give Flawless.
Oh
round.
my god.
Okay, IGOT. We know that you missed a couple of knives and only you got mad, but you don't do somebody dirty like that, my friend.
Yeah, just literally pulled up from 180 and he's like, hey, hold my beer, Bullseye. But Bullseye's like, why should I hold your beer? Because of this. Just slaps him in the head with a couple of bullets. Beautifully done.
Look
from
at
the
that,
side.
man.
What?
He dashed like he was looking towards the right, but he dashed up front, and then he turned back 180 to kill this guy.
Hey, I give IGOT the style.
I don't understand jet dashes because I've been killed mid dash and I hate it. But IGOT clearly knows how to dodge it.
Hey, that's why he's a professional player and we're just caster scrubs.
Yeah, fair enough, I guess. But right now he's going in for another aggressive
Okay.
push. He's exhausted all of his
Okay.
updrafts and dashes. Moving in, eats a lot
Okay.
of bullets. His
I think
bullets
we
go to
cursed him.
waste. Yeah,
I
I'm
think we
sorry.
cursed him.
I'm sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me. I'm sorry. I got Smoka finds one though, as a 4v4 retake situation has come into place, but it is with Sheriff, so I'm not quite sure what the side of Orgles can do over here. That
Ooh,
pretty
good
much
dig.
kills their legs. This guy, he finds a beautiful shot in the B2. Holy is there. Make sure that there is no more damage being done. 3v2. Rex, he's looking in the right direction, gets spotted out as well. And they're waiting for these players from the side of FS to peek out, but they won't. They don't need to. This round is pretty much done and dusted. And closer and closer get the side of FS to Orgles 5.
Totally.
Coley. It's alright. Sometimes you miss your shots, just like your name is resonant to another player who sometimes misses his shot. So it's okay. We all have our moments.
My god,
Like,
you don't
what
have
you
to do him
think?
dirty
Would
like
you-
that. You're,
Would you think? Hey, I love Virat Kohli. Okay, I love him. I love Virat Kohli.
you don't do it like that, man. Like, where...
Hey, okay, Virat Kohli is honestly my favorite player in the Indian cricket team. All right, let me just put that out there. I love him because I support
Get out of my
RCB.
way.
I'm gonna say Isala Cup Namde, but don't get me out on it right now. Bullseye is gonna say Isala Sight Namde, so he's gonna get the A side.
Okay, Universe, I think he's been
You
going
will
down
not
over towards
kill
the
my
deep end, but
ally.
personally, I love that just about it. Universe, he's gonna be the one, you know,
Revealing
give
area.
you that little bit of a pep talk right at the very beginning, but at the same time, he needs an even bigger pep talk here, Universe, because him missing out on those daggers right off the get-go and getting one tapped out of existence by Bullseye, yeah, that's just gonna hurt just a tiny little bit. But at the same time, do you think that IGOT's going in for a little bit too much of an aggressive play from time to time? He's just not slowing down, and him not slowing down in a couple of these scenarios is costing his entire team a lot of resources.
Yeah, I think that he really needs to be a little bit more, complacent by the way he, in the way he plays. He's trying to do different things, and I'm not against him for that, but
should
you
run.
really need to have a support around you to try and make that play happen in a way that even if you die, you've got somebody to cover your back, right? so far, he's trying to been doing it. He's not having that
30
much
seconds
success.
left.
Maybe, you know, I would say it's almost been a 60-40 scale, or maybe 50-50 even. He tries some things, half of it works, half of it doesn't. Right now, what's worked out for FS though is this Viper's Pit and the plant going down. And Orgles 5 again in a retake, which is not looking too pretty or aggressive because the spam kills, we know how afraid they must be of it right now. Looks like it might come on again, and there it is, Coley.
Oh, Coley.
He gets 2, and he's put himself and his team in the position to win this round pretty easily. Rex will find Eye God though. Yet again, he dies in this round, but that's
Last
okay.
player
The
standing.
time's gone too far behind, and Rex has been left alone yet again to go down to smoke us bullets this time, as FS have taken the lead.
Honestly, FS, they're playing their cards properly, and this is what you expected coming on down from them. They're a very aggressive team. And when it comes down to their attacking side, once you get the ball rolling on their court, they're not going to give up that ball, and they're just going to constantly keep on running circles around you no matter what happens. And that's exactly what's happening here. Orgles, they don't know what to expect. They don't know what to do because the executions are so quick and so swift coming on down through from the side of FS that they're faltering under the pressure. They're just getting crumbled piece by piece, and they can't really find an answer for any of this. And I do believe that if they want to find an answer, they need to stop being so aggressive. B2 just slaps Kev into the next dimension with a beautiful shot coming on down from his Vandal. And in a way, I think it's already done and dusted, but at the same time, with the trades coming on down through and B2 feeling himself this much, this guy is going Grimwall mode as well. Survives with 15 HP, but at the same time,
Player
Rex,
standing.
Okay.
how did he die? Wait a minute. You don't
I
take
have-
full damage from that.
Watching here.
I don't know. Wait, let's have a look because... Okay. Go on. All right, the next one. I mean, the one thing I didn't understand is that they try to hold on. Oh, it was too high. It was too high. It was too high. Oh,
It was just a little bit too high. Like, if you drop down normally,
Maybe if he had dropped it on the other side, I think he would have survived.
yeah.
Because there's an elevation between those two platforms, right? So yeah, guys, this is a Valorant 101 lesson for you in Icebox. If you are on top and you got 15 HP, always climb down to the left side and not to the right. You know, like how you would say in a bus. You know, please check
Yes.
your doors before you cross or get off the bus. Or I have messed up this joke just like that. So
This is
don't-
why
don't-
Universe.
don't listen to me. Don't.
This is why Universe sometimes, whenever you do try to pull up a very stupid joke, you normally get roasted in the process instead of actually getting laughed at.
The
But-
point is to get, you know, let you feel like you can roast me. So yeah, I mean, I let my friends have a bit of fun at me, poke me, you know, get a little bit of a funny moment coming out of me so that they can enjoy it. Because afterwards, when I hit back, it's gonna hurt a lot. Like Logista is hitting back right now. He gets one. He's put himself in a good position. Bullseye gets another one with his Hunter's Fury. Now, Orgles 5 are hitting back. 3v5. This Hunter's Fury coming on from the other side as well.
Oh,
but it's not going to
Coley.
do any damage. And Coley's in a really good position to find one kill. Rex, he goes away at the right time. He's been detected. And he comes out on top. He finds Coley. And Coley's lurk has been
30
completely
seconds left.
denied. Bullseye
Spike down
finds
A.
the penultimate kill, leaving Headshot all alone in a 1v3. He tucks himself down under heaven to find Rex, but he's not going to. Rex with the Vandal, a little too quick for a comfort. And it is Orgles 5 finally to respond over here as they've put up the first round in the second half after the side of FS got 6 rounds back to back.
It just goes to show that FS as a team, they are getting a little bit too complacent, are getting a little bit too overconfident in the way that they're taking a lot of these fights. They're rushing down different sidelines. They're not showing any forms of respect. And this is why respect is just so crucial here, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't show a lot of respect down to your opposition, yeah, you could be on the receiving end of a lot of the hurt. But at the same time, things have slowed down. Things have stabilized once again. And Orgles, they are able to get an operator for themselves. And this operator on the side of Kev could be the make it or break it for the side of Orgles if they are able to play their cards properly. But if they are not able to, you know for a fact that Universe, yeah, this is a round they need to try and make something happen because their economy are going to take a massive hit if they're not careful.
Deploying drone.
Yeah, they could have a lot of problems with their economy if they're not careful. Orgles 5.
Shot that.
They're trying to make different things work. Look at where they're pushed up, actually. Knife Jester comes to the flank, but he's not going to be able to succeed in getting a kill. Coley, he expected that, and he is going to be able to take down that flank. Coley is down to maybe 5 HP, 2 HP. 148 damage is what Knife Jester gave him, and he's going to be feeling so bad about that. Rex going to clean it up, and finally Knife Jester is going to have a sigh of relief, but the plan has gone down, and I think that the side of Orgles 5, they have left too much time wondering about mid and forgotten about where exactly the side of FS are going. They've bamboozled them, but the revive has come in, so they are looking good to have this retake coming in as long as Logista survives. Here comes the blades as well for Kev, and they're going in hard and full force for this aggressive.
Yeah, Logista is one of those players that can absolutely tear down pretty much everyone, but at the same time, headshot, he's on the same caliber as well, but it's just not going to be working out in their favor. Not just yet. Smoker's in a pretty good position of his own. It's not going to be able to activate it at the bare minimum, and the spike defuse is already done and dusted. Smoker, he was just not in a position to try and contest this. He was just not able to go in for that swing and maybe deny the spike defuse. But at the same time here, Universe, this was not how I expected things to turn out here, because there were two people on towards the side of B main. They didn't need to peek whatsoever, and as soon as the Viper wall went down, they were still peeking the corner. They were still peeking the spike when no one was on the defuse. What was the plan here from the side of FS?
I honestly don't know. They tried, but you know, I think it was a little bit. They had the round in control in the first half of that round, right? They did bamboozle the side of Orgles 5, and they tried to do different things, and they had control. But after Edshot got those 2 kills, I thought it was almost done and dusted. But Logista, he came up clutch. He got the kills, and he helped out his teammate to get that defuse coming in by holding down his ground and not letting the last player on the side of FS to come and get any sort of, you know, ground in terms of spamming down or even putting down this Nano Swarm. Just the right play from them, and FS kind of slipped up by that one thing. I think Edshot pushing through that Viper's wall kind of cost him, and probably cost him the round as well. But yeah, whatever happened has happened. Now they need to focus on what's going to happen further on. There is a smaller tech pause being called in right now from the side of Orgles 5. Smaller internet issue, but I think they're going to be good to go. Yeah, we are going to be good to go, ladies and gentlemen, as the match is going to be resuming. And we're going to see if or not both the operators in place right now in the hands of iGod and Kev are going to be working out. Kev probably going to be the first point of contact. iGod and Kev are going to be exchanging crosshairs any second now. iGod might just want to spray down on him. A bullet or two. Goes against it. Now the operators against each other. Missed the shots. Logista has put down the Viper's pit right below where this firefight is going on top. And there is a lot of bullets being exchanged in complete, you know, disarray, because nobody knows what's happening because there's a huge bubble of toxin in front of them. But look at this. Oh my god. This is so nerve-wracking. Just peek already, somebody. Just peek, man. Kev, he decides to go up wide, he's gonna give up his life. iGod decides to go up wide, he's gonna give up his life. But yeah. Alright, we're just gonna see this happen until
this is literally a Mexican standoff.
Why don't we just, you know, take a chair, sit down, have a good, you know, candy. Oh, finally! iGod. Yes, the kill. Kev gets a little greedy.
What is happening?
I have no clue, but their patience paid off, I guess, and they've taken out 3 kills, and they're rotating to B. They want nothing to do with this A side. They just wanted to take down a couple of players towards A, and they've done it successfully. And now they can run towards B with no hesitation, and they're doing exactly that. Now that we're going in towards B, it's pretty much a done and dusted round, as FS have probably put up the 11th on the board. I do not see in any world the side of Orgles 5 winning this, because it looks like the save already has been called over here.
Yeah, it's just about keeping that operator safe for the next round, because you do need to consider that's the 11th round on the board, ladies and gentlemen. But in a way, they still have the economy to work with. They still have proper buys across the board. I think that one of their players have to go on down over towards the half shield, because It's just going to be 1,000 credits, but Bullseye, he's literally playing with fire. He needs to be very careful, needs to back on off, and try to save that operator for another rainy day, which is going to be coming on down soon enough. But I feel as though the side of FS, yeah, they're not going to be giving that operator up for free. They're going to go in for it because they have the money. They can easily expend as much of their resources as they want, as much manpower as they possibly can give to try and make sure this operator is not going to be the one to get saved on out. And B2 goes in for that spray. He's not going to be able to find that kill, but one by one, the pushes are already there. It's going to be headshot swinging around the corner, being able to take down his own twin brother. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, 11 and 10 on the scorecards. And in a way, that save was just so important because with that save, they would have had a couple of buys to, properly contest this round at the bare minimum. But now, they have nothing. They need to go in for a full-on eco because at this point, they need to try and play for the overtime and not play for the round win. The main thing that we need to highlight here, ladies and gentlemen, is that when do you play for a save when you're on the 11th round and when do you play for a force buy? When it's an 11 and 8, you need to play for the force buy. But when it comes down to an 11 and 10, you need to play for that save. But at the same time, I think that he's just a little bit bad. Oh, wait,
Okay, he looks like he wants to get this done and dealt with. Okay,
Okay.
I got. He wants to get the ace. Give him the
Bullseye,
ace.
come over here. Bullseye, come over here.
Bullseye.
Give it to him.
Give it to him.
Don't inspect your knife. Don't inspect your knife. Just swing it around the corner. Do it.
I think he actually is waiting to give him the ace. He's just holding down. He's waiting for IGOT to come to him. And it looks like IGOT is going to do that. Just a few seconds. Just a few meters. IGOT misses all of his knives at the very end. And unfortunately, Bullseye has to eat away one player who's been causing havoc in this round. Now, he's going to be taken down by Smoka. His classic does not have enough firepower to face off against that. Randall and FS put up match point on the board for themselves thanks to IGOT's heroics. And yeah, you want to go in for the save over here. They have, and now they're going to be forced to play for the overtime over here, Aggressive. And that's going to be a little bit of a problem because this is a round that they have to win. And there's no win condition. It's just the condition is to win.
Yeah. It's now their do or die.
Right here.
They don't have an operator in their arsenal. One of their players are forced onto a half shield as well, and now they need to make that choice. How do they want to play this? How do they want to go in for this fight? Let's see this IGOT. He just wants to play it aggressively, man. He's not stopping for even a second. He jumped on top towards the side of 2. And he just wants to go in for this engagement. Everyone's going to be able to run it down forward. Bullseye's going to be pulling out the 100 Fury. He needs to try and go in for attack. He's going to be able to get one on towards the side of B2, but he does not get that kill. IGOT's going to be good for 1, but he immediately gets traded out by his own twin sister. 1-for-1 trade here. And with this, they do have a revive to work with. B2 can possibly pick up IGOT, but I don't think he's going to be going in for this. And now it's just going to be a play from the side of Headshot and Logista. Logista is not going to be good for that. Headshot's going to be the one to take him out. And with that, 3 versus 4 situation on the map, and it's just about cleanup duty. One by one, the bodies are going to be piling on up, but Bullseye is going to be good for 1 on towards the side of Kohli. And with that, they're able to play their cards thoroughly, but they're just not able to keep the map control in their favor. Bullseye is going to be good for 1, but the trades are happening all across. And it's going to be the side of FS being able to take this win for themselves and have all of the control in their favor. Knife Jester, a tap to the forehead. And I think that Universe, we can call it a game. There's no way Knife Jester is going to be able.
You should run.
Yeah, there is no way Knife Jester is going to be getting this round. 26 HP. Has a lockdown, looking in the direction where he can expect Smoker to come from. But it's just, there's no time, my friend. You need to go now, or you're not going to go at all. And it looks like he's not going to go at all. He had the idea where Smoker was coming from, but absolutely no health to fight that out. And now, we have got FS coming back from that 8-2 scoreline they were at a point. They pulled it back to 8-4, and then they came up on top and they put a really good comeback in the second half of things. 13-10 rather, and they have pulled off a comeback that I think most of us would have expected it. I really thought in the first stages, when I think we were 7-1 up, Orgles 5 or 7-1 up, I think that they could have run away with this match. Maybe a 13-5 scoreline that could have favored them. I don't know, but the way FS turned it around, beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, so let's head on over towards the match highlights, ladies and gentlemen, to get a bird's eye view of this entire match, to see exactly how the teams have been playing and how we can move on down forward, moving on down the line over on towards the side of map number 2. The main thing that happened here is that FS, they had a very rough start, and it was the side of Orgles being able to take away a lot of the momentum and keep the ball rolling in their court. They understood how they needed to take a lot of the fights. They were able to diversify their strategies depending on what they were doing. And they were able to win out on the gunfights, but right at the very end, what really went wrong here, Universe? The primary thing that did go wrong was the fact that they used the same strategy over and over again. They used a very, very textbook icebox strategy, go through mid, go through A from time to time, and then go in for immediate rotation down on towards the side of B. Rinse and repeat over and over again. How long do you think that one simple strategy is going to be working against a top tier team such as FS Esports, who are known for their adaptability? And once they do adapt, it's going to be really difficult to try and take down this opposition. And in this type of situation, is the side of FS being able to understand all of the avenues and nitty-gritty situations that they were being constantly put into. Orgless, they didn't change up their strategy whatsoever. They were going in for the same plays over and over again. And at the very end, it was FS being able to systematically dismantle them, win out the gunfights, win out on the trades, and just be able to take this win away. When you know for a fact that there is no way that Orgless should have lost here, especially when you consider the scoreline right at the very beginning, universe.
Yeah, you look at rounds like these where you can see that they're so aware of what's happening around them. They know that the environment is favoring them. They've got a lot of, map control. And even if they don't, they're exerting the map control away from the hands of FS to try to get it on their own. But there was just something about these last few rounds in the first half where the retakes were coming in, right? Sprays like this, what Logista did, where Orgles Fire looking like they were almost impenetrable at times, even though they got the spike planet, even though they got a lot of control in terms of where they want to be positioned to not let these hold the post plant positions held in. They somehow made it work. And then I really don't know what happened in the last 2 rounds, but FS completely went on the offensive and they completely dismantled them in the last 2 rounds of the first half. And after that, in the second half, it was almost like it was smooth sailing. They got the first 4 rounds with ease. And then they added 2 on top of that. They made it 10-8, and that's finally when Orgles 5 responded with some aggression of their own. They just could not keep up with the pace of what exactly FS were trying to do. And that just, kind of threw them overboard. And yeah, when the sailor's overboard, you either try to swim on your own or you drown. And it looks like right now they have drowned for the time being.
Yeah, Orgles, they fell so short when it came down to the way that they were taking a lot of these engagements. I expected them to perform a lot more better, especially when you consider the scoreline that they did have, and they nearly pulled off a comeback as well, being able to force FS down to a 10-10. But right at the very end, they just constantly kept on trying to go in for engagements all on their lonesome, not playing for trades, not playing together as a team. And at the very end round, what really went wrong was that they were spread across multiple different avenues and they were being picked off one by one by the side of FS. Yes, they were able to get the trades. Yes, they were able to get the kills, but right at the very end, where was Bullseye? Bullseye was by himself on Kitchen, where he could easily get killed, and there is no way that his buddy Killjoy is going to be able to do anything about it. Jester was just going around the corner. He just wanted to go in for a swing, maybe get a kill down on towards the side of Smoker, but then Bullseye just gets popped in the head because he's all alone, and now Jester's nowhere to be found. These type of plays should never really be happening here, ladies and gentlemen, especially at such a high tier. But Orgless, I think that your analysis at the very beginning came true here, Universe. You kept on saying that they are a team that have a lot of momentum right at the very beginning, but when it comes down to the end phases, they just fall flat on their faces.
Yeah, I mean, I really hoped that it wouldn't have come true, but it did. And now that FS have put up and
Yeah.
taken their map in their hands, right? They've taken Orgles 5's map right away from them, snatched it away. We're going to Ascent, where I know, and I'm probably sure that everybody knows who watched FS play, that that is one of their comfort maps. You could say that they pretty much would go into that map with no problems whatsoever. They're completely comfortable in terms of how they play around, in terms of compositions, how they have map control. They establish everything that they need to. Maybe work on that mid area a little bit more, FS, and I think they're going to be good enough to hold down the fort against the side of Orgles. But hey, that's all for us to see in the next match, isn't it?
Yeah, because when you consider Ascend, a map where gunfights are going to be reigning supreme over strategy, let's see how the side of FS are actually going to be taking a lot of their different engagements. Maybe they're going to be pulling off a strategy that will even surprise me, that relies a lot more on raw utility usage instead of gunfights. Let's see what's going to be happening down over onto that map. As we are going to be setting things up, we are going to be hitting on down over into a short break, but don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Grab your popcorn, grab your snacks. Also, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and also check the links down below in the description as you are going to be waiting. But we'll be back with the real shortly with the LG Ultragear TC Gauntlet Season 2 powered by W Black and AMD Ryzen Radiant after a short break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're right back after that short break with the LG Ultragear Tec Gauntlet Season 2, part with W Black and AMD Ryzen Radiant. And honestly, it was a banger of a game when you consider what happened in map number 1. But at the same time, I was very confused, to say the very least, of what really went wrong for the side of Orgles, because they're the ones who had an 8-2 lead against the side of FS, and then suddenly you snap your finger, you look at the other direction, you go to eat your dinner, you come back, and then you're like, wasn't it just a 2-8, and now it's a 10-10? And then suddenly you drink a glass of water, you come back, and it's already a 13-10 for the side of FS. That's kind of how it felt like when it came down to this entire matchup. Orgles, they just fell apart right at the very end. And in a way, they just were not able to get their mojo back whatsoever. And I'm really hoping that they were able to bounce back from that loss and come back even stronger on the map of Ascent, because on this map in particular here, Universe, I don't really think that they have a lot of chances to try and take this away from us.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I mean, Ascent is really a map that I think we've seen FS play multiple times, and they've multiple times been successful as well. But hey, we're gonna have to talk about all of that when the match begins, as it has, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna be diving into the agent select screen as we're gonna see what exactly are gonna be the 4 front runners that these players are gonna be choosing to play. And it looks like there's a very quick choice coming in from the side of FS. They've got Smoka on the Astra. They've got Edgeshot playing the Killjoy. Pretty much no change except for the fact that B2 is now playing on the Reyna, and Smoka has shifted over to the controller side of things. Kev has gone for the Sky, and Logista with the Astra this time. And a single duelist setup for the side of Orgles 5 this time. So single duelist against double duelist. Not something that we've seen very less of on Ascent particularly, because teams have different compositions in terms of the initiators that they want to play. You know, you see a Sova, you see a Sky. You don't really see a Breach here, but it's that double controller, it's that double duelist setup that sometimes gives the team, which is having it, a little bit of extra firepower in terms of penetrating into a site, right? So they have what it takes in terms of, you know, people who need to get in front and get those kills. And B2 and we've seen those two are absolutely brilliant at doing it. But the side of Orgles 5, I'm a little concerned by their lineup, because I really think they should have gone for a double duelist setup. I know that Cactus isn't available, so I think that probably might be the reason. But hey, we're gonna jump in a game and have a look at what exactly it is. Now, Gracie, I want to know your thoughts. Do you think that the single duelist setup might be a little bit of an hindrance, or is it gonna work out?
In a way, I do believe that the single duelist is just a little bit better when you consider Ascent. Ascent is a map that has evolved massively when you consider where it started and where it is now. So moving on down the line here, I like the single duelist comp. I think that it's going to be working out beautifully for the side of Orgles, but at the same time, it could fall flat on their faces if they're not able to play the double initiator combination properly. And consider the fast rush coming on down through, ladies and gentlemen, from the side of FS. Knife Gesture just casually taps 2 people into the next dimension, casually taps his third as well, being able to show his dominance as a Killjoy, and he just takes down everyone. Knife Gesture, he's like that buddy that you want in your Easter basket. He's just like bouncing around, just giving gifts to everyone in the form of a couple of classic right clicks to the face. And he's just able to make it all happen. Knife Gesture, take a bow, my man, because you deserve it.
That was a little bit a scuffed Knife Jester. I don't know how in the world that guy survived down there on the B side, but he did, and he got 4 kills on top of that as well. But that second kill turns around, burst classic right to the head. Unfortunately, I got had to be
God
the
didn't even
recipient
know,
of that.
dude.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunate. But Knife Jester, he did not even stop there. He moved up front. He went and got the kills towards the first lane, went in towards B main, and took the last kill on Smoka as well. And another aggressive start from the side of Orgles 5, and another successful pistol round. And yet again, I really hope that these guys do not, stand up to what exactly has been their showcase in the first few rounds of any game for that matter. I really hope that their aggression is gonna make sense this time. It's gonna, stand up true to their tactics and maybe get them over the line. But FS have been pretty good themselves so far, coming back from 8-2, winning out the first map, and giving Orgles 5 a taste of a very bitter medicine that I don't think they wanted to have. And it's just hurt them a bit. There's a tech pause that has come in though pretty early on, but internet issues, they never really announce when they're coming, right?
Yeah, sadly, our ISPs do hate us, and they don't really understand that we're competitive esports players. We need our internet to be stable, but at the same time, whatever works, whatever floats your boat at the bare minimum. Now, we are going to be watching down towards the side of mid because it feels as though this engagement could just be working out in the favor of a couple of these players. They go in for that swing. Can't set good for 2. He's looking for a third. He's just not going to be able to find it. Instead, it's going to be Bullseye coming on down to rest the backup, being able to shut down one more. But he's going to be good for 1 at the bare minimum. He goes in for a couple of tabs, and Bullseye's just going to be too good when it comes down to the jiggles, being able to shut down Gets no form of value, but Smoka? Okay, just casually kills out Knife Jester, who was trying to maybe go in for a swing and get a possible kill. He's just not gonna be able to find it. And now Smoka, he should be able to go in for this plan. This is very much clutchable for him, but he just needs to plant the bomb. That's all that he needs. He just needs a little bit of money, but he doesn't care. He wants the kills instead. Oh no.
Ooh. Yeah, he's
call.
gonna eat a bullet to the head and
Yeah,
one
that
more to
call.
the body. It's gonna be Bullseye to take him out with his third. And the side of FS, I mean, I really hope that somebody would have called it out to Smoka to try and maybe go and get the plan so that they could get a little extra money. But, I mean, whatever they were thinking clearly didn't work out. And as a result, Orgles 5 got their second run on the board. Now that there is an operator in play as well in the third round itself over here, Aggressive. I mean, it is the bonus. And it looks like they want to play a little heavily on the bonus. So let's see how this works out. Bullseye going up for that A main pick. Might be right. His call is absolutely correct. Looking the right direction, but misses his shot. Does not get any connect onto iGod. And he is going to be dashing back to safety. But it's still a little scary because even with this weapon in his hands, Bullseye is not really going to be too potent with this Astra utility coming under his feet. They're rushing in. That shot gets one. So much utility damage being given out, so much utility usage being done, that's gonna give them so much value. B2 finds Logista, and Bullseye, his operator, has been completely rendered useless, and he probably will have to go and save.
Yeah, at this point, he
Spike
just needs to
planted.
run on away. He cannot stay in this angle whatsoever. iGod's just camping around the corner. He's gonna be going it.
Okay, I got no.
Just got Valoranted. Rex, you just got Valoranted, and it's time to send them an angry lead.
Yeah, so just casually send them a report saying, yeah, hi, Riot Games, Phantom, it's broken.
Yeah, I think that the Knife Jester is broken as well. He's just going in for a couple of classic right clicks. I think that someone needs to nerf Knife Jester's classic. Or it probably could be the Z bundle as well. Because, ladies and gentlemen, having that skin gives you that extra 10% headshot percentage. But at the same time, as the Z skin bundle is a little bit more expensive, I think it gives you, that 10.1%. Or, maybe 20%. But honestly,
Knife
it feels
Jester?
like, dude, it honestly does feel like if you have the Z Bundle Classic in your hand, you're gonna hit a lot more
I got
headshots.
enough time to
That's
go
my
into the house
personal
before?
opinion. As
You talk about it like that, but I would say you have that pretty much with every new skin that comes out. You have it with the Prime Rando, the first time it came on the Prime Classic. It almost feels like aimbot. Then you got the Sentinels of Light. I honestly love that.
Sentinel of Right as the best skin bundle ever.
Yeah, I swear,
No
yeah, it is
cap.
the best.
No
Yeah, it
cap.
is the best skin bundle. I have to agree with you there. It is my favorite, and I have done myself the guilty pleasure of buying the Relic of the Sentinel Knife. So hey, I have no regrets, okay?
Right here.
But what right now, who might have regret is Orgles 5 if they don't find a kill. And Kev, he's got probably a flash to do it. No, he doesn't. He's oh no. B2 sprays down both of the players, and Kev,
Oh, no, I
unfortunately,
got-
with no flashes, was caught off guard. I got again with his knives, causing damage, going in for more. Another right click kill. No, it's not gonna happen. Rex is gonna take him down. And Knife Jester, okay. He
Okay,
moves
Knife
in
Jester.
through. Gets a second. No, he's not. Headshot is gonna take him down. Got a little too scary. He went straight
Yeah,
through
that was
that
close call.
absolute nerves of steel. Knife Jester. Gotta be a little calm, my friend. I mean, I know you're feeling up to it, but going up against 4 players who might be right in front of your face against in that A side, and you have a smoke as well covering you. Yeah, I don't think that was the right choice to do so. But he still got 1 kill, though.
Out of charges.
So yeah, I mean that is economy damage done. But yeah, no more. I feel because Rex, he needs to save this weapon, and he knows it. And he probably will look for some exit kills if somebody chooses to come towards mid, but nobody's gonna do that. As all 3 of the players of FS Esports are gonna survive this. Less Smoker. It's been hard. And he's not gonna be killed. Oh, that's a little bit of a mispositioning, but it's okay. Rex, he knew that he might have had the probability of getting killed himself, so did not peek out, and that's okay. And now, FS have pulled back 2 rounds of their own. They've got a little bit more economy in the bank. They have put the side of Orgles 5 in an eco, where they have 1 Phantom to work with, and that is now in the hands of Bullseye, and he's got half armor as well. I want to see how this plans out. Kev again going for the A main peek. Fires 2 bullets, comes back to safety. As the side of FS running into A again.
This could just end really badly for the side of FS, but at the same time, hey, if you got players like this, they should be working out in their favor. I'm getting a little bit too confused over there. Does pay the ultimate price for release of life, but it's completely fine and dandy. No, for a fact that 1 player is going down from the side of Under and Bullseye. Yeah, there's nothing that we can do here. Trying to survive here, but Knife Jester, he's gonna go for 1 tap on towards the face of Edge shot, but that's all that he's gonna be good for. Smoker with a white swing is gonna be able to dodge out the shots coming on down from his end, and 2 and 3 on the scorecards, ladies and gentlemen. But at the same time, Knife Jester, he's feeling himself a little bit too much here, Universe. Like every single shot from his pistols is literally magnetizing towards the heads of the opposition.
Yeah, it has been like that since the beginning of this game. And look at that. I mean, you can look at the scoreboard and tell as well. He's got 9 kills already. And that clearly shows that he's definitely feeling it. And now that there is another buy coming in and a glass cannon operator in the hands of Bullseye, he's got the jet on the other side as I got. Look to probably make some play happen towards the B main. Kev using his hand to try and bait out this, and he's successful in doing so. Bullseye, perfectly positioned, is going to be able to get the kill, dash away. Just not spotted out, but that spray of bullets is going to give out his position. As FS have already lost a man. They've got a Cosmic Divide and the Empress that they could use in terms of, you know, to block out and get some kills and let, you know, the B2 do some work on his own. But there is a Killjoy ultimate to counter it, and now the Empress has been popped. We're gonna see B2 become a queen himself if he gets some kills. But they're playing this very slow, very methodically. And here comes the ultimate.
Initiated.
Headshot puts it down, and now there is a B-side approach coming in from FS.
Oh, that was a little bit too close for comfort. Nearly the shot went through, but Bullseye spamming in through the smoke. He's gonna be able to take down Headshot. That's gonna hurt quite a lot, ladies and gentlemen. But still, with the recon mode now giving a little bit of information, the shots are gonna be clean. Bullseye gets his forward. He's looking for a Smith. Give this guy the ace. Give him the ace. Give it to him. Hand it over. But Smoker, he just doesn't want to give anything out. Not just yet. Knife Jester's gonna be the one to seal away the ace from the hands of Bullseye, ladies and gentlemen. And Bullseye, this guy is hitting every single bullseye straight to the faces of the side of FS Esports. They are just not able to stand in front of him, especially when he has an operator in his hand. Pulled out the Blaze Storm beautifully. Waited for the flash as well to come on down through from his teammates. Flashing everyone And in the process, Bullseye, he was able to get that 4K, get the ball rolling in the court of the side of Orgles once again, because this was such a crucial round for them to win. Because not only did they make a massive investment on the operator, they were very scarce when it came down to the terms of economy. And finally, they have the bank back, and they're going to be able to take that sigh of relief and hopefully survive. Smoker, he barely missed that shot. I'm very sure that Bull just like, oh my god, I just survived that by the skin of my teeth.
Oh, the head. Oh no. He still
Oh,
survives,
B2.
and B2 is going to confirm that kill. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Kev takes down iGod, but B2's back at it again. He's causing too much damage to the side of Orgles 5, and they have no response to it. And now that they've got the men advantage, they're going to take mid. Flash comes in, Seekers come out as well, and now they know exactly where these players are. They've got two players over here. Logista and Kev could set up a beautiful crossfire, but that smoke is not going to let them. That shock dart is not going to let them. Neither is their recon. Logista coming into the smoke, goes for a kill, does not get it. Kev finds one though, and it's getting a little bit too dicey over here in the mid-region. Kev going furthermore. He might just find Coley unguarded, and he will. 2v2. The ultimate still available on the Killjoy on the defensive side. And B2 he's trying to get some map control. With that smoke going down, they have it. The door closes as well. Flash comes in. He comes through, but Smoka's there to help out B2. As a 2v1 has been established. And Smoka with 3 HP, his only job is to plant the spike and get back towards backside. Maybe
I like
not.
that position.
Wait, hold on. Knife Jester. He's been hitting his shots, but this time he won't. He won't be hitting it this time. He's gonna go down to Smoka. 3 HP, doesn't even matter. All he needs is 1 bullet to the head, and he gives it. And now, 4 for the side of FS. They're finally taking the lead in this one as well. It's like, you know, FS have both of these maps, FS have started off pretty slow, while Orgles 5 have taken a very, very aggressive approach right up front. And yeah, so far it's worked out for FS in the long run of things. And for Orgles 5, they're just hurting a little bit more, you know, even if they're getting wins and kills. It's just, it's not working out for them as much as they wanted to.
Yeah, it could be a little bit more of a better story, but at the same time, I guess it's fine because they are a team that they can come on back from it at the bare minimum. Orgles, they're trying their hardest to try and figure out a lot of the strategies, but it feels like the raw mechanical prowess from their end is just a little bit too much. But I got. Once again, he gets a little bit too confused and his tunnel vision is gonna cost him a lot! But at the same time, look on your right side! Hey, that's from your own sky, Mewtwo! Mewtwo, you don't have a sky on your team, man! That's the sky on the opponent team.
I just want to see it again, but this right here, I have no idea. Jumps down, Knife Jester again with the pistol, like you said. And this, I mean, he was blind, so he probably didn't see.
No, he didn't see him. He didn't see him.
Kev and him were both standing next to each other, killing as if they were teammates.
No. The thing is, this was like a casual agreement coming on down through from Kevin B2. Be like, hey, I kill your teammate, you kill my teammate, and then we just go over onto a Mexican standoff. We just chill, we just drink a cup of coffee, and B2 is like, huh? I don't remember agreeing to any of this. Just swipes his hand and just taps him in the forehead. Yep.
Yeah, B2. This time, he gets hit though, and he gets right where it hurts.
Bullseye got jealous.
Yeah, Bullseye got a little jealous over there. He said, why didn't you make that agreement with me? I'd have probably broken it down. But hey, right now, what they have broken down is a little bit of the FS aggression by B2 being taken down. And they're looking to hit B. Smoka putting down his Nebula Stars. And he might want to, you know, put them down quickly and make them into smokes, because there is the Killjoy ultimate coming in. There is no counter to this from the side of Orgles 5, but they do have a Killjoy ultimate of them available. Okay, I'm losing my words, but guess who's not losing out on stuff? It's Coley. Goes in the Hunter's Fury, but not exactly in the right position. Axe down 1, but nothing more. And now that the plant has gone down, 5v4 retake, an advantage for Orgles 5, but ground advantage for FS.
Oh, I don't like this position, man. This could just go really badly because iGod's in a pretty good spot to maybe go in for this engagement, but with the flash now coming on down through, iGod's position is gonna get checked, and one by one the bodies are just gonna finally go down. Ladies and gentlemen, it is gonna be the side of FS still being having the man advantage, but the trades were just a little bit too quick. Universe.
What?
I looked at the clock.
Yeah.
And that round was barely 4 seconds. Barely. Rex got an immediate kill down over onto the side of Smoker, and then immediately swiped his mouse and got a kill as well on towards Edshot, who was holding on down from Logs. It literally happened in a matter of 3 seconds. That's how fast the trades were. That's how fast these players were thinking. But at the same time, this round was a little bit too close for comfort, especially when you consider Orgless. They're the ones who invested a lot of utility here, but at the same time, like, it did work out, but that was a very costly round.
Yeah, it definitely was a little too expensive, especially when you consider if you saw the kill feed at that very moment, you could see that there was literally, I think, 7 kills that went back and forth in literally less than 3 seconds maybe. And it was just, a complete free fire show. Like, it was just fireworks here and just complete bursts of bullets there. Whatever they did, it worked out in the end for Orgles 5 because they got around. And they got the operator as well. So they're going to be okay with what they've done so far. But the thing about this round over here is that they don't really have that much money, right? You look at the economy. One thing that you can see is that a lot of them are still on the 3,000 cred mark. So they can buy in, but it's going to cost them half armor alongside it, right? So it's a little bit of a risky play. Though they won the round, they don't have the money to play into this. And that's kind of unfortunate, right?
Yeah, that's one of the problems. This round was a little bit too expensive for them, and every single round that they played previously was super expensive as well. But at the same time, for the side of FS, they don't really need to worry about the economy as much as the side of Orgles, but at the same time, they need to worry about it just a tiny little bit. But Bullseye, he's literally been playing with fire, but God, he's just a little too good here, ladies and gentlemen, but no one's going to be clearing him. Bullseye's going to be able to get that first initial kill. He's going to be able to tag out Smoker, and this is a very crucial kill as well, because now, without any form of a controller, things are just going to be a little bit more difficult. Bullseye goes in for a beautiful quick scope, being able to take down Igot as well. In the process, one more shot could be all that he needs, but B2 is just a little bit too quick. The reaction time on this man is just too great. But Logista and Rex, they're gonna be able to shut down 2 and 4 all headshot once again. Stuck in an almost impossible scenario. He needs to go in for that swing. He's gonna be good for 1 kill, but the trade potential is gonna be there almost immediately. Logista is gonna be the one to take down headshot, and this round, which should have gone in the favor of the side of FS almost immediately, once again just faltered because he went in a little bit too aggressive here, man.
Yeah, it kind of was an overstepping situation over there, because I gotta really feel that if he had, held down his ground a little bit more to the side and then not go up towards heaven, I think this round could have been a whole different story. But unfortunate. Bullseye, he perfectly assessed the situation. He knew that Igot is going to be aggressing with his knives. He knew that he's been pretty up in front, in the face kind of a player so far. So yeah, good read by Orgless. Did a really good job of winning it out. And Bullseye, yet again, he takes down Igot. I think it's the third, maybe fourth time that he's got his kill, maybe more. Might have to see in the performance later on after this match is done. But FS, they're giving away too many innocent kills, I would say. Pretty much unnecessary. And
Free
it's
kills.
Igot. Yeah, free kills. And Igot has been the recipient of it so many times. He's going in alone. He's giving away kills, and his team is forced to play in a 4v5 where they don't even have a Sage to try and revive him. And that's just
Yeah. Oh no,
so
boy,
much
me
hurt.
too.
That's just adding on salt to the wound. Knives Jester and Logista, perfect combination of Astra and Jet. Get the kills that they need. They put FS in a mix.
Like Smoker, you will be missed, or maybe not.
Ooh, okay. The Marshall, as potent as it is that we know in the no-scope, side of things, has worked out for Smoker right now. Ooh, eats a bullet on the shoulder to the wall. Coley looking in the right direction, trying to find a kill, but he's not gonna find a kill. He's gonna give away a kill as Smoker is just trying to creep up slowly. He's gonna find 3 players in front of him. Ooh, he finds a gap. He's looking in the
Found
right
a gap,
direction.
but I think that gap could just end it is. Oh, they know! Oh my God!
No way. Oh, that's
He did
scared me.
that much damage.
Yeah.
When it comes down to the terms of eco, they don't have any money as well here, Universe. Once again, they have very broken buys. They can't go in for
Yeah.
the buys fully.
Yeah, that's just not good.
You
You
might be
really
fine.
have control
Going
of
to
a round
Astro
like
to
this,
do
and then
them
you give away
Astro
kills like that. It's just gonna
Gladiator
hurt you a lot more. The thing about it is, it's the Astra invariability, right? They thought that he might be
That
towards A
wet?
shot. They thought that he might have gone towards A main. That's exactly why there was
That
somebody
wet?
looking towards A main, but they just completely left A shot, not considering the fact that he could be sitting in that
That
smoke.
should
So
wet.
give away 2 kills,
Pulling them
and
in.
Smoka, he will accept that any time of the day. I got this time. Survives, not died in the first 10 seconds of the round. But
I
he's
think
looking
this
towards...
I got 6. Oh wait,
Yeah.
no, this is gonna be B2's turn
B2,
to die on
alright.
the first 10
Never
seconds.
mind, never mind.
Who run?
I'll spike
Another
down.
kill, another round.
Spike
Knife Jester
down,
adds
B.
onto it,
Spike
and he's got the spike in his hands. He just needs to find a few more kills, and he's been doing that pretty much every single round this match. Now that Igo's been spotted out, Knife Jester's going in for an aggressive push. He gets blinded, but he gets the kill anyway. Kev is gonna add on to that. And now poor old Igot. This time the last man to die is gonna be left around this B main position behind the hut. Eats a bullet straight to his head. 7-5 this time for Orgless 5 as they have got the advantage.
Switching sides.
Honestly, I would say this is a very admirable scoreline coming on down through from the side of FS. When you consider the Ascent is much more of a defense-based map in comparison to attack-based, I kind of like this scoreline. In a way, this is a fresh start for the side of FS to keep the ball rolling in their court if they're able to win out on this pistol round in particular. And this pistol round is such a crucial pistol round as well here, Universe, because this could just make it or break it for their end depending on how they move on down forward into this matchup. It's either they're going to be able to take down their opposition completely, not have to worry about pretty much anything, or they're going to fall flat on their faces and it could be a 9-5 scoreline for the side of Orgles. It really does depend on how this first initial engagement is going to be going on down forward, because now that Kev is going to be the person using that wolf to get a little bit of information for his own teammates, I know it's going to be good for 1 kill down towards the back end, but Knife Jester, they're just making that push happen. They're just going to keep the ball rolling, and they're just going to keep it on going as well. Colin's going to be good for 1 kill. B2 gets another one onto the side of Logista, and with that, he's going to be going into raid mode as well.
Last
2
player
versus 4
standing.
situation on the map,
Ooh.
make it a 4 versus 1 situation on the map. Knife Jester versus the entire world. Where do you go? Do you look left? Do you look right? You're gonna be able to get a kill down onto Coley, but at the very end, it's gonna be Igot being able to slap you with a couple of bullets and put you out of your misery right at the very end of it all. 7-6 on the scorecards, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the round which was a very crucial win as well for the side of FS. The thing is, against FS, you cannot play that aggressively because you're playing against a team that knows how to be aggressive. You're playing against a team that loves to play those type of engagements. So of course they're gonna have a way to counteract you. And especially when you consider the raw mechanical capabilities of the side of FS, they're just on a completely different level.
Absolutely. And now Coley looking to make something happen with that Ares. He might just be able to do it. He looks for it and he gets the kill. Coley going straight in for it. A 6er right off the bat. And he's damaged Kev as well. As Rex looking at the backstab,
One enemy
gonna
remaining.
get taken down
Spike down,
with the
B.
bow and arrow in his hands. And the last player standing, Logista, he's listening to all of that gunfire happening on the other side. And I can only imagine how much he must be fearing taken down. Finally, he's gonna be taken down.
Okay.
Smoka's gonna
Nice.
confirm his kill as we've got 7-7 on the board. And I love this especially. I love me a little bit of Odin goes burr, Ares goes burr, whatever goes burr works out for me.
I should probably play some stars in
Yeah,
Astro
you're the
Blade.
type of player that is for some reason is a Diamond 3 and still likes the Odin and the Ares. Explain that ideology to me, Universe, because I
Hey,
personally
so
hate
it's-
the Odin with a
It's
passion.
about having fun, right? You have fun, you make it to Diamond 3. So imagine if I get serious, where can I go?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of speculation, right? You just Odin equals Diamond 3, which means Vandal equals I don't know.
I have seen your Battle Spray Universe and I don't think
No,
that
you've
you
not.
deserve
No,
it.
no, you've not. No, you've not. No, you've not.
No,
No,
the
you've
match
not.
we played right after broadcast.
No, you've not. No, you've not. No. What we're gonna see is spray down coming from Logista maybe, as he is moving towards A. He's the first point of
Learn from
contact.
Logista.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and learn from Logista indeed. He gets spotted out. And FS have an idea. This might just be A.
Oh,
Smoka. He's doing good work. Make that a second. Make that a third. Smoka spamming through the smoke. And he has done just about enough for his team to make sure that they have what they need to get it to 8. Trying to concuss Logista, but he doesn't even need that.
we're gonna see an ace for once.
One more ace stolen. One more. No, but Knife Jester. 1v5. 1v2.
Whoa, no, the throws are happening.
No. FS, not like this. Not like this.
Thank God, it's an ace.
Alright, never mind. I got a little too scared over there. Knife Jester, he's been hitting shots left and right today, and they should have known this, FS. 1v1s is not exactly what you don't want to give this guy. And if you give it to him, he just showed you what he can do. Smoka somehow got the better of him, though, on the A-shot position and did not let it go too far. But again, this time it was an expensive round for FS, because that should have been a flawless round, which turned out to be a little more uglier than they would have wanted.
Yeah, but in a way, like, I don't think they need to worry about a lot because they didn't want to play out for the full-on bonus. They didn't really have a lot of numbers in their favor, so it's completely fine in that league. She should be able to, you know, stabilize. It's fine. Igot's gonna be able to get himself another gun. But once again, the Odin is gonna be going on further. And with Khalil just being the one to dish out all of the pain here, I think that the entirety of Orgles, they're second guessing themselves and they're second guessing their life choices. They're trying to enter down over towards this B side, and they're gonna make a massive wraparound rotation and go down towards the other end where Igot is just chilling around with an operator. He's gonna be able to get 2 kills. Smoka's gonna be good for 1, but at the same time, Knife Jester, his shots are just too beautiful from this end. Fully just with the spam down from the side of B main with that Odin. He's able to add a little bit of insult to injury to take everyone out. 7-9 on the scorecards, ladies and gentlemen. Another round on the board for the side of FS, but at the same time, now with the 17th round on the cards here, it's going to be another buy round for Orgless. So let's see how they're going to be approaching the buy round here, ladies and gentlemen. Are they going to be able to stabilize, or are they going to falter again? Give that 10th round on the board for the side of FS, and a possible 11th as well if they go in for it.
Woo. Yeah, that is true. FS have the advantage. B2 finds a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, would he stop though? I don't think he's going to stop. Bullseye eats a lot of damage with the Nanoswarm, but he's made his way on towards that mid position. Here comes the Hunter's Fury, but FS, they're aggressing so much. I got in the backstab. He's just coming in so close.
Yo,
he gets
is there double get taped down?
I don't know. I think he's not taped it down. I think he's nailed it down.
Yeah, I think he just took one of the nails and just hammered it onto his W key. Igot's not stopping for even a second. This guy has been so aggressive right off the get-go and up till now, and somehow he's still able to get a positive KD, which is really difficult, especially in these professional level games, where you do need to slow down from time to time to try and understand your opposition, to smell those flowers, to try and, you know, understand what's happening throughout the entire game, but that's not even the case here. One by one, they're just going in for the shots, they're going in for the swings, and Orgless are left there confused, being like, what is happening? They're just scratching their heads. They don't know what to expect, but what they do know to expect is just Odin having a little bit of fun with that Odin. And yeah, Knife Jester, I'm gonna run it away. Where are you gonna run? Because like Igot's just around that corner. He's gonna be able to get one more kill for himself. Bullseye though is gonna be good for 1. Snaps Igot in the face with a bullet. And not really a bullet, but you know, a dagger in the pseudo form of a bullet. And yeah,
okay,
things are looking up. Maybe they can do it, but at the same time, maybe not, because Smoka's right on the other end of that smoke with a judge holding down the angle. This is going to be an interesting one, ladies and gentlemen, especially with the Astral Divide coming on down through as well. Smoka, he's in a prime position to take down a couple of players. He's going to be going for 1, maybe going for that second. But he's just not going to be able to fight it. Smoka's dancing around that wall. The dance of death is going to be present. Logista's not going to be locking around the corner. Spots him out, I'm very sure. They know for a fact where he is going to be at. Holding on down, it's just him on Khalid of Beauty. Smoka like the bunny that he is. The Easter bunny is here, ladies and gentlemen. And Easter is going to come a little bit more earlier than next year. 7-11 on the scorecards, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to be the side of FS. Being able to have fun and show their dominance in the process.
Should I place some stars in this reality?
FS, their aggression kind of hindered them in the middle of their round when Bullseye got 2 kills, but they handled it in the end. It was the Smoka to reign supreme over them with the judge. As now they put up 11 on the board, and a very desperate Orgless 5 side look to hit the A site. As the Odin is being sprayed towards B, and B has been completely cleared off. There is an unattended A push coming in from the side of Orgless 5 towards A. Smoka's done just enough to get 1 kill, and I think that's what his team needed him to do. Now that FS are going to be forced to a retake, they are going to have to play this a little bit more strategically than possible.
Let's just see how they're going to be trying to play these angles, because he's been so aggressive already down towards the side of A main. Maybe getting 1 more kill for himself with this operator. He plays his cards properly! But this time around, they expected. They know for a fact that Igot's going to be going for those type of swings, and they are not giving him any form of value. But B2, yeah, he picks up an Odin for himself, goes in for that spam. It's going to be good for 1 kill. He's looking for 1 more for himself, but he's just not going to be able to find a 2 versus 2 situation on the map. It's going to be Astra and the Sova trying to go in for this engagement. Colin around the corner. They need to try and tap that spine. They're going to be going in for it. 1 by 1, the shots are going to be going on down in. Half inning was going to be going on down through it. Logista with the white. He's going to be able to catch B2 off guard, and Rex with the Hunter's Fury being able to slap his twin brother in the face with a beam of energy to take him on down out. And with that, Rex ends it all off in style by looking at the spike as it does explode. 8-11 on the scorecard, ladies and gentlemen, for the side of Orgles. And slowly but surely, they're coming in for a possible comeback, but at the same time, Universe, I think that could be a little bit too far-fetched, especially when you consider that for now, FS, they're just pushing and they don't really care what's going to happen.
Yeah, they've got aggression in their bloodstreams running riot, because clearly they're having a lot of fun. And I mean, that aggression is pretty good. I have to agree. I mean, they've got success out of it so far, and looks like the side of Orgles 5 are countering it by holding down literally all the way back towards Taka Spike. Okay, Coley, what? Why would you go there all by yourself to pick up the ultimate orb with no support, even though there was a player who was spotted out? I mean, okay, I really don't know what was the thought process behind that, but Coley has given away an early advantage to the side of Orgles 5, and they look like they want to capitalize upon it. The B side has been completely left unguarded, except for the Killjoy turret and the utility that is available. As Kev is clearing out a lot of angles, but not as many as he would have wanted to. Turret has been taken out. Headshot has an idea that they might be coming towards B. The rotation has been called in. Smoka's here to help him as well. And now, the B side is looking raring to go for the side of Orgles 5.
I want to go in for this push, but this push is going to be a super dangerous one indeed, especially when you consider the whole that they do have still to work with. Headshot with a Vandal trying to straight to a smoke is just a little bit too dangerous. They're not going to get spotted out as well. And Headshot, you just can't do that, especially with a Vandal. You need to play it a lot more differently. But B2 is going to be good for 1 kill. It's going to be able to take down an over-aggressive Kev. But at the same time, Smoka is in a prime position to maybe get a couple for himself. Just not going to be able to find a Night Jester. Beautiful position. Spots out one of the players. He's going to be good for 1. Lines up both of them and just sends them back home in a music flurry. The concert has started, ladies and gentlemen, and it's going to be Night Jester being your DJ this time around. 9-11 on the scorecards, ladies and gentlemen. For the side of Orgles. And slowly but surely, they're trying to close out the gap. They're trying to inch their way forward to that 11-11, even Steven scoreline, to possibly go in for a comeback. And here it feels like it could be very much possible. The economy from the side of FS, they're taking a massive hit here. And when you consider the Smoker being forced onto a Guardian, they don't really have a lot of choices. They need to step up in the sense where they need to try and slow things down and show a lot more respect. The thing is, they're trying to go in for these aggressive pushes way too often, and it's literally costing them everything here.
Oh, yeah.
Shock dart.
9-11 now. Ooh, Knife Gesture. He's the shock dart right in the center of his body. He can get healed by Kev, but he's done enough damage, I feel. There's going to be no more armor on him. Now, my god. Looking in the direction.
They're all looking mid.
Oh boy. He has a dash though. He's got even B2 to his support. He's gonna be okay. He's just waiting for that. And he got his...
Oh, he got out! Wait,
Another
no,
one, no! B2 needs to get this kill. He needs to confirm it. He's got Smoker for his help, but he's only got a Guardian. It's not that great. He needs to jump away, B2, and he goes away. There comes another shot. Down to 10 HP he goes. And he needs to be careful here. 4v4, essentially a 4v3, considering the fact that B2 is down to 10 HP.
30 seconds left.
Now, things have come to a little bit of a standstill towards his A-sharp position as B2 has gone up towards Heaven and towards A main the Smoker. This could be a little bit dangerous. B2, good positioning, but just not good enough spray. Smoker this time has to make sure that he makes things work. There's no time left. He needs to run in, but he's waiting for his teammates to
10
come
seconds left.
as they have taken over the A side, A short, Garden as well, and Bullseye is definitely listening to this, and he even sees Holy get out this Hunter's Fury, and he's going to be surviving. He does not get the kill. Bullseye's going to confirm it. There's a headshot coming in from Smoker, and now in the 1v2, he's left all alone. 46 HP. Rex is low, but it doesn't even matter because he swings out wide and gets the kill onto Smoker. And 10 to 11 we go. It's coming down to brass tacks over here, Aggressive, and it looks like Orgles 5 have found the counter to what FS have been doing so far.
Yeah, finally the jig is up and the formula has been made public, but at the same time, it's time for the side of FS to try something a little bit more new. Stop being so overly aggressive. A little bit of a comical fight right in the middle. Khalil just put on his dancing shoes and he was just praying to the gods that, hey, maybe Bullseye is not going to kill him. Maybe they're going to become the buddies that Kev and the B2 became right on the middle when it came down to the switch angle. But it just really wasn't the case here. But at the same time, this eco round could just prove to be fatal for the side of Orgless. But I got a little bit too over aggressive. But at the same time, hey, B2 is going to be there to go in for that trade. It's going to be a 1-for-2 trade though, so in a way, it's not going to be as favorable as you would have expected. One more kill is just so crucial! Smoker's going to be able to take down 2 instead. Smoker, he's been such a massive difference maker throughout this entire game. He's able to do so much, and Khalil, he tries his hardest with that Ares, but he's just not able to find out much. Gets tagged down to 17 HP, and it's all up to B2 to try and clutch out this round. Will he be able to do it, though? It's going to be the real question here, ladies and gentlemen, because Bullseye, he's going in for such an aggressive push, and if B2 is able to get this kill, things are going to be looking on up for his favor, because now, the side of Kev, he's at 1 HP. It's all about the engagement, and it's going to be B2 to finish everything off. The timing in his favor, the gods are going to be giving him this clutch. And ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause to B2 because he's going to need to take a bow right after this fight.
Ooh. I mean, that could have gone a little bit more decently for the side of Orgles 5 if
they play it together.
Yeah, if they played together. If they decided to probably stack up on the back of the side towards the boathouse, or, you know, even if they were in the lane together, first lane, second lane, wherever it is, even if they pushed up CT together, right? Even if they pushed up defender side spawn together, they probably would have won that round, but they split apart, and it was so far away as well. Like, there was no trade potential whatsoever. And B2, that's all he wanted, a fighting chance, and he made the most of it. And now, point of desperation for the side of Orgles 5. They're going to be running in towards A and trying to find the opening that they need against the side of FS, who are willing to let them take ground because they know that they need more map control than FS, you know, okay, I just lost all of my words.
I think you swallowed your tongue by accident again, Universe. But I'll pick up. Oh! I got really a stop, my man. What is he doing throughout this entire day, ladies and gentlemen? IGOT's just been having a field day. Is he playing deathmatch or is he actually playing a tournament game here, ladies and gentlemen? We will never really know because now he sent the entirety of the side of Team Orgless literally packing. Foley's gonna be good for one. Logista's gonna be the one to get taken out. B2 swings around the corner, takes down Kev, and it's already done and dusted. What do you do here? What just happened? What went wrong? Right after one round, IGOT just pulls out his daggers and he's just slapping everyone in the face with it without any form of remorse. Just look at this man. IGOT just slaps that dagger beautifully. I am amazed. I'm just amazed at how a lot of these engagements are going. They were just able to do it so beautifully here, Universe. And honestly, yeah, I'm amazed. I'm just going to put my hands up in the air. I'm going to bow down to IGOT and be like, hey, the aggressive jet, if you can make it work, my man, Just keep on going on to do it. It's perfect.
He most certainly did make it work. He did a pretty good job. I mean, there were so many rounds where the aggression came in. He went in towards that B main position, pushed up mid, pushed up A short wherever he could, and it worked for so many rounds. And then there was a counter coming in from FS. They pulled it down to 10 rounds, and yet again, it was another match that they just could not finish. And FS were good enough at the very end, and again, I got what we're gonna see in the match highlights, how exactly he and the rest of his team have come through. Because I mean, again, it's the same thing. Orgles 5 started off strong, came in, they got the first half pretty much in their hands, and after that, it was FS who, again with the comeback, again with the composure to end off the game. They gave away a few rounds, yes, but they knew what they had to do and they did it perfectly in the end.
Yeah, they were able to pull off a literal impossible feat, to say the very least, but at the same time, it was just not as potent as you would have expected because Orgles, they had a couple of chances. They had the aim, they had the game sense as well, but the execution was just not really there. Like, the main reason why they lost out here, Universe, is primarily, I do believe, because of the team play coordination. The shots were clean, everything was done properly, but in a way, they were just not able to clean up these fights in a very convincing fashion. Sometimes they were pushing in a little bit too deep. Sometimes they weren't even pushing the angles that they should have been pushing together. And then where are the trades? Like, it felt like Orgless, they didn't play for the trades whatsoever, unless it was a 5 versus 5 retake. What's happening in the 2 versus 3s, on the 4 versus 2s, they're just taking the engagements very lackluster. But when it came down to the side of FS, they were able to take all of their trades beautifully. And at the same time, B2, he also made a friend known as Kev on the side, right? When he was playing the match. So in a way, making friends and also getting the win in the process, I think that FS, they got the entire package here on the map of the Sun.
Yeah, I mean, you could look at it and you could say that Orgles 5, they gave a good fight, but, you know, there were just a few punches that did not land properly. It definitely was hard fought. They gave it all they could, but hey, this, I think, is probably the end of their reign so far in TC Gauntlet Season 2. FS have won out their last match of this season's group stages with a 2-0, and they will be confirming their slot in the next season. Orgles 5, I think they have a chance. That is, I think if they win out the next match, they probably, we're gonna could
They try.
have, yeah, they can try to have a hope of survival. We're gonna have to see that in the group standings later on, but right now, it's something that's gonna hurt them for sure because they know that now it's almost do or die situation because they need to depend on the other team losing and they need to depend on themselves winning a 2-0. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see what exactly it turns out to be. But this match, intense on both maps, and on both maps, FS, they played the long game, they played the slow game, and they turned out to be the winners of the game.
They were able to play all of these angles absolutely beautifully. The engagements were clean, and Smoka, he deserves a prize for his performance in this matchup. The way he was able to take a lot of these fights, he had all of the confidence in the entire world. He set up his teammates, he set up his own frags, and he was literally the whole package. He was a team player throughout all of these types of different engagements. But at the same time, man, I think the hero of this entire game has to be iGod. Yes, Smoker was the most impactful player, but when you consider the flashy nature of the plays that iGod was making, he deserves to have a crown. The way that he was taking these fights, the way that he was able to swing these corners, and the way he was able to use his Blade Storm in such a beautiful fashion, just goes to show how much confidence that they had on trying to win out on this matchup. Absolutely no form of respect being shown at all to Orgless. And in a way, Orgless, they were able to make use of a lot of these aggressive plays that the side of FS were doing. They were able to punish them, but not consistently enough. The punishments were there, but they were just not telling FS to stop going in this aggressive. They just were able to get a couple of rounds, but FS, they paid no heed to any of the calls and any of the signs that Orgles were trying to put, being like, hey, we can actually counter your aggression, but FS, they just kept on being aggressive, and it really did work out for them right at the very end. So at the end of the day, I would say that Orgles as a team, they have a lot of potential, especially when you consider the roster being absolutely beautiful when it comes down to the way that they're able to play around one another. But the consistency factor is just not there. It feels like one person is doing one thing on one side of the map and the other person is just literally vibing. He's chilling and he's doing another thing. There is no cohesion between the teammates. They need to try and understand their ideologies. They need to understand each other's playstyles and then go in for the fights together, because understanding each other is the first step of becoming a tier 1 organization. It's not about the aim. It's not about the strategies. It's about understanding your teammates and then being able to pull off a miracle as a team.
Yep, that is true. And now FS, they're going to be going ahead and celebrating this win as they confirm their slot in the next season. And pretty much their campaign is done and dusted for this season. And it has been quite a journey for them. And they've got a lot of experience playing so far as well, right? They're starting to look better. They were a little bit off the course of what they would wanted to achieve in the beginning stages of this tournament. But eventually, they found their way, and they've got themselves right up above there. And you can see the scoreboard right in front of you, ladies and gentlemen. 13-10 times 2. And FS, they're going to be happy with that. No problem whatsoever. Ending off with a winning note. And Orgles 5, unfortunate, they are going to be looking at relegation if at all they did not win the next match, their last match. So yeah, we're going to have a look at this group standings and see how exactly it's going to be turning out for them. And the thing about this that I'm most interested to see is, yeah, that's right there. Orgles 5, they have one chance, I believe. If Cohesion slip up, if Outset slip up, then they have a chance. But Outset have got 2 more matches left, so, it's still up or down. If Cohesion lose out their last match and Orgles win their last match, then they can switch positions. But Outset have got 2 matches of their own. So it's 3 teams fighting for 1 slot now.
Yeah, at this stage, I personally do not believe that Cohesion is going to be a team that loses out on everything here. But at the same time, Outset could be a team that could just win it all and get themselves on towards that number 6 position and become tied with FS Esports. So let's just see what we can expect here, ladies and gentlemen, because when you consider the group standings, it's pretty much already done and dusted. The top 4 positions have been filled. The 5th position is also filled, with FS Esports being able to take a 2-0. And in a way, like if Orgles were able to take at the bare minimum of 1 point, I would say that they could just possibly guarantee a slot in season number 3. But for now, they're just not going to be able to. I personally don't believe they're going to be able to make it, because considering the amount of sheer matches that the side of Outset still have, considering they have 2. So in a way, I think we can say that we need to say bid goodbye towards the side of Orgles and hope for the best moving on down the line when it comes down to season number 3, which the registrations are live, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure to check the links down below in the description. So that's all that we have for you for this initial matchup. So let's head on down over towards today's fixture and check out a little bit more about the 8 p.m. games, because I know for a fact that all of you back at home are getting for that matchup a little bit more. Because it's going to be the side of Team T69 versus Enigma Gaming, which is going to be a spicy affair, that is for sure, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pumped up to see what these 2 teams are going to be bringing on down to the table. But for now, we're going to be heading on out soon enough. But before we do head on off, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to remind you to check all the links down below in the description, because we have a lot of good deals coming on down through from our sponsors of W Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon as well. I'm going to be getting myself a new processor, and I got it at a really good price as well, considering that we have the best prices that you can have. Make sure to check those links. Make sure to get yourself that next big upgrade, because you need to treat yourself from time to time. And as you are going to be down there as well, make sure to hit that like, hit the subscribe, and also hit the notification bell, because you do need to remember, when it comes down to the Esports Club, the action just never stops. But for now, it's going to be your boy, Caressa, joined by the universe himself, signing on off. And we're going to be back with you real shortly with the 8 p.m. game soon enough with the LG Ultragear Tec Gauntlet Season 2, powered by W Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon, after a short break. Bye.